As a registrar, you may have a higher level of access to different colleague screens or forms. This is because a lot of the registration activity within the system falls under your area. One of the first forms that you may have access to is our AIDE form. This is a financial aid reporting screen. Another form is our BIO form, BIO. View and update students' name history. If you want to pull a list of sections by select criteria, you can use the CSSC form. When we're looking at transcript course data or the credits that are transferred in, we can use the EXTS form. If you have grades that need to be updated or you're changing your grade schemes, you can go to your GRDC form. The IASU form is used to show the institutions attended by a student. A couple of forms that also trigger off of this is our INAT and our HSA. To view and create records for high schools and colleges, you can use the INST form. The NAE form is used to view and update students' name and address. The ORGP form is used to view and update the address details of high school and college records. One of the forms that we use as a registrar is our PERC form. This form shows our rules for registration whenever we're trying to keep students from registering, such as holds or permissions dedicated through each of the individual classes. And so when you go to this form, you may see that you only have access to the RG holds. To view the information of the courses or the actual program information, such as catalogs, we use the PROG form. A quick view of class fill information can be accessed by using the RGAM form. One of the screens that we can use to register students is our RGN form. Through this screen, whenever you log in as a user, you will be able to see which version of which class you're actually in as a user of the system. Some system administrators set this up so that you don't see those if you're only assigned to one class. Selecting the correct class will limit the search criteria when you're looking for courses. To view a student's residency status, maintain student types, and quick register, you can access RGPE. So let's say you've already registered a student, but you need to go back and print a registration statement. You can use the RGST form. For the restrictions that we use on PERC, we can use the RLDE form. We also use the RLDE form in other areas of the system, such as prerequisites and other course requirements. The RQSS form allows us to view transcript enrollment verification request statuses. If you need to view a class roster by term, you can access this by using RSTR. Once your college has accepted or approved the next academic year, you can actually add this information to RYIAT, the RIOT form. This is used by other departments. Specifically, our financial aid department looks at this for some of their census data. So it is good to speak with those folks in order to make sure that your RIOT form is up to date. Other things, such as self-service, also access this, so you may be able to build out additional terms, but change them before other offices begin using them. The SACP form. You can view and manage student academic program history and catalog year. Courses at the section level can be viewed at SECT. Here, you will add and maintain course information as specific down to the section. The SHAP form is used for applications. Here you can enter, maintain, view information about an admissions application. The SGRD form is used to enter an application for graduation or verify that graduation application exists. Here you can run reports off of it to identify who you've already received an application for. To produce rosters for course sections, you can use the SROS form. The Sacp Form is used to view student course registration history. To view the student's academic advisor, their assignment detail, and the program they're assigned to, you can view this using STAD. To view a student's GPA history, there are two forms. You can use STAT or SASM. To view a student's current schedule, you can view STSC. For managing students who are on a waitlist for an individual course section, you can view it using STWM. SWLI views the students waitlisted if a student is waitlisted for a specific course. The TCEQ form shows a list of transfer equivalencies built at your institution. It is very important to make sure that this information is kept up to date and maintained, as certain institutions outside of our individual 58 community colleges tend to change those courses. The TRAN form. Here, you can view student transcript information. Also, you can process transcripts on the fly, but keep in mind, this form does not keep a history of processing that transcript. The TRGR form is used to define transcript groupings. For a summary of placement testing information, you can access this at TSUM. Sometimes, when we need to correct web attendance and unlock a web attendance roster, we do this for our faculty members, we use XWBM. When we create a new placement test or other non-course, we will need to add this to our FLTT table. For the transcripts that are viewable through our systems such as WebAdvisor and self-service, we can use TRWP to view the parameters. To batch assign, change, or delete restrictions, we can use ACDR. To view override information for a specific student, we can access ROVM to be able to view it and limit the actual override. We can also use that to remove that override. The Argus form. This form is actually used to identify our registration users. If you are not assigned to a registration user class, you will then be assigned to the nameless class. Our RGSCT form is our registration controls. For our default, we use the RGSD. This form is important when it comes to maintaining information in the system. The RGCS form is used to view any types of registration changes for a student. To provide a requisite waiver for a student, we access SRWS. This form allows us to define specific time frame that a waiver is used. We can use this for our CCP population. To create a save list using an algorithm or a program coding, we will use the SLCR. Once we've created that saved list, we can access it using SLED. We can also create a new saved list in the SLED form by typing it in and then entering in the information. Make sure that the information that you type in there is what the actual key for that table is when you run your report. To view a list of the non-courses your college has, you can access it using NONC. For academic credit GPA totals, we can view this through GPAT. If we wanted to view how many students are actually assigned to a faculty member or an advisor, we would use the FADV form. Once we've built a rule in RLDE, we can then access RLTD to test it and debug it. Throughout the term, you may run a report called RQMM, which checks for requisite mismatches. The ENRR form is used as an enrollment verification. This form can be used to tell if a student is currently enrolled and whether they're full-time or part-time status. To view the waitlist information for a section, we can go to SLWM. Additional demographics for a student, such as an alternate ID, can be viewed using DADD. To view a final grade by the student, we can access FGID. For a roster, you can use GROS for the grades. And to update an academic credentials file, we would use UACF. This is used in the graduation process.